Welcome to the Deep Dive, your way to get genuinely well-informed with some surprising facts and hopefully just enough interest to keep you hooked. Today, we're embarking on a really, I think, profound journey, a deep dive into a text that, well, it kind of transcends the definition of just a holy book. We're talking about the Guru Granth Sahib. It's revered as the eternal guru of Sikhism. And our mission today is to unpack the timeless wisdom in this amazing living guide and spiritual teacher, revealing its universal message: love, equality, devotion. We really believe this wisdom holds immense relevance for anyone, really, regardless of background, who's seeking truth, insight, maybe a deeper understanding of human flourishing. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating here, and often quite a surprise for many people, is just the sheer depth of universal wisdom packed into these pages. It's a text that, right from the start, consciously set out to, transcend typical religious boundaries, offering this dynamic source of guidance for everyday life that still feels incredibly fresh even centuries later.
I find that concept itself, as scripture being revered as a living guide, that's immediately captivating. It suggests a really active, ongoing relationship with the text, doesn't it? Which feels different from how many other scriptures are approached. So for those of us maybe newer to this, where do we even start? What is the Guru Granth Sahib, really?
Well, at its core, the Guru Granth Sahib is the central scripture of Sikhism. That's the starting point. But its significance, it really stretches far beyond what we might typically think of as just a religious text. You see, Sikhs don't just read it, they revere it as their eternal guru, which means it's seen as the living embodiment of their spiritual teachers, a continuous source of divine instruction and wisdom. It's treated not like some historical artifact, but as a present, active, accessible guide for everything in life.
And it has a really remarkable origin story, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like one person writing it down at one time. That suggests a broader vision from the get-go.
Exactly. The main compilation was done back in 1604 by Guru Arjan, who was the fifth Sikh Guru, a huge undertaking for that time. But here's where it gets particularly insightful, and I think, honestly, quite radical for many listeners: the incredible inclusivity woven right into its fabric, right from that first compilation. It contains not only the sacred writings of the Sikh Gurus themselves, but also hymns and verses from Hindu and Muslim saints.
Wow. That's striking. How groundbreaking that inclusivity must have been for its time. Did that stance face resistance?
Yeah.
During the compilation? Because it really feels like an active statement,
Yeah.
That truth transcends human-made religious lines, directly challenging the usual ideas of exclusive revelation.
Oh, it absolutely was. And yes, there was resistance. This wasn't just like passive tolerance. It was a deliberate, courageous act of spiritual unification. Guru Arjan actually faced significant opposition precisely because of this expansive vision, including diverse voices like Kabir, Naam Dev, Sheikh Farid, Ravidas, people from different faiths, different social backgrounds. That was a profound statement, that divine truth isn't exclusive to one path or one community. It proclaimed that wisdom, well, it can be found across all genuine spiritual experiences, making the Guru Granth Sahib a truly pioneering text in its embrace of, well, shared humanity.
And the way this wisdom is presented is also pretty unique, isn't it? It's not just dense text for scholars to pick apart.
Not at all, no. It's primarily composed in Gurmukhi script. That's the unique script the Gurus developed for Punjabi. And it's structured largely as devotional poetry. But what's even more striking, and really central to its spiritual impact, is that these compositions are meticulously designed to be sung in ragas. Now, ragas aren't just musical scales. They're complex melodic frameworks, each one associated with specific moods, seasons, times of day, carefully crafted to elevate the listener's spiritual state, deepen their connection. So this musicality means the text is meant to be experienced holistically, touching the intellect and the soul.
Okay, that experiential aspect makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So moving beyond, its definition and unique compilation, let's dive into what the Guru Granth Sahib actually teaches, because from what I understand, these aren't just abstract religious ideas, are they? It sounds more like a blueprint for living a meaningful, awakened life, applicable to anyone.
Indeed. Yeah, the teachings really do transcend mere religious dogma. They offer a comprehensive, actionable guide for living truthfully, compassionately, a spiritually aware life. It's a robust, moral, and ethical framework that kind of cuts across specific religious identities. It speaks to universal human stuff, aspirations.
Okay, so with such a broad and inclusive compilation, What's the anchor, the fundamental philosophy holding it all together? Where does one start with the core message?
Well, the entire scripture famously begins with Ik Onkar.
Ik Onkar.
Yeah, meaning one universal reality. And this principle, it isn't just simple monotheism. It establishes God as formless, timeless, beyond description. Yet, and this is key, uniquely present within absolutely everyone and everything. It's a powerful statement of unity. Divine immanence. It sort of rejects any split between sacred and mundane, suggesting the divine is this all-pervading, unifying force, not some distant, bearded figure. This immediately lays the groundwork for universal understanding.
That idea, an all-pervading divine presence within everyone, that naturally leads to another incredibly radical teaching, right? Especially for back then, the absolute equality of all human beings.
Precisely. Building right on Ik Onkar, the Guru Granth Sahib makes this radical, unequivocal rejection of caste, gender, any social divisions that, box people up. It teaches that all human beings are fundamentally equal before God, asserting quite revolutionarily for the time that no one is inherently higher or lower. And this wasn't just a suggestion. It was a foundational spiritual tenet, directly challenging those rigid hierarchies that were everywhere then, and let's be honest, are still relevant today.
Okay, so it declares this radical equality.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to just believe it, right?
Yeah.
How do you actually live that truth in a world full of divisions? Is that where practices like living truthfully or SAT come in?
That's a crucial point, yeah. SAT refers to this profound idea that the ultimate devotion isn't found in just ritual or outward stuff. It's found through living a life of absolute honesty, integrity. It's about aligning your daily actions, your thoughts, your values with divine principles, ensuring authenticity and truthfulness in everything you do. It's a call to embody righteousness, not just talk about it.
That commitment to truth in action sounds incredibly demanding, especially, in a world that often rewards, not truth. How does the Guru Granth Sahib suggest we sustain that inner alignment amidst the chaos of daily life? Is that where Naam Simran comes in? That sounds like a profound answer.
It really is. Naam Simran is a central transformative practice. It focuses on the constant remembrance of the divine. Now, this can take various forms. Meditative repetition of God's name, singing hymns from the scripture, or even just cultivating a mindful awareness of God's presence in every single moment. The goal is to integrate the divine into daily life, make it continuous, an internal practice shaping your consciousness. Not just something you do at set times or places. It's about making every breath, in a way, an act of remembrance.
I appreciate how these teachings aren't just internal. They translate powerfully into outward action, too. Like Seva, selfless service. That seems like a perfect example of practical expression.
Absolutely. Seva is elevated right up to being direct service to God. It means serving others with humility, with compassion, expecting nothing back. No reward, no recognition. It's a fundamental pillar of Sikh life. And a living, breathing expression of this, one that still amazes people everywhere, is Langar.
Ah, yes, the community kitchen.
Exactly. Found in every Gurdwara, every Sikh temple, it feeds all people, regardless of background, caste, religion, wealth. Doesn't matter. It's not just about the food. It's a powerful, tangible demonstration of practical equality, selfless giving, community. Everyone sits together on the floor as equals. It's quite something to witness.
But sometimes, often, our own internal stuff gets in the way, doesn't it, of living this truthful, compassionate life. It sounds like a constant battle against our inner critic or maybe our inner CEO demanding recognition. How does the Guru Granth Sahib help with that very human struggle against ego?
That's a great way to put it, yeah. The scripture places a really strong emphasis on shedding Haumai, which is often translated as ego or self-centeredness. But it covers more than just pride and selfishness. It includes attachment to worldly things, the illusion that we're separate individuals, all seen as the primary barriers stopping us from experiencing true divine unity, from connecting authentically with others. So the path to spiritual realization, it fundamentally involves dismantling these self-centered tendencies, recognizing our interconnectedness, cultivating humility.
And ultimately, it all seems to lead to this broader, all-encompassing message: harmony and compassion.
Indeed, yeah. The Guru Granth Sahib teaches universal love, forgiveness, compassion, encouraging us to view all beings as children of the same creator. It fosters this profound sense of interconnectedness, shared humanity, promotes peace, understanding, even when there are differences. It calls for actively creating an environment of mutual respect, empathy.
So what is this rich tapestry of teachings? What does it really mean for someone navigating, modern life? These aren't just ancient ideas collecting dust, are they? They seem incredibly relevant to the challenges we face right now.
Absolutely. If you connect this to the bigger picture, these principles offer an incredibly robust, enduring ethical framework. They provide actionable guidance on, well, how to build a just, equitable society, how to cultivate deep inner peace when everything outside is chaotic, how to navigate relationships with integrity, with kindness. These aren't abstract historical concepts. They are living directives for how we live. They resonate regardless of, technology or social changes.
Okay, shifting gears just a bit, let's talk about the sheer scale and the truly unique presentation of the Guru Granth Sahib. It's huge, right? Far more than just one book.
Oh, it's a colossal undertaking, truly. It contains, get this, 5,894 hymns.
Wow.
All meticulously arranged in those 31 specific ragas we talked about earlier. And that structure, it isn't random. It profoundly underscores its nature as this devotional, poetic, musical text, designed for deep spiritual elevation through melody, recitation, contemplation. It's like a symphony of divine wisdom.
And just to reinforce that radical idea of inclusivity, it's not just the Sikh Gurus who contributed. Worth saying again, because it's so fundamental.
You're right. It's absolutely crucial. The hymns were composed not only by the Sikh Gurus themselves, but, as we mentioned, also by revered saints and mystics from incredibly diverse backgrounds, religious, social. Think about figures like Kabir, a Muslim weaver, Naam Dev, a Hindu calico printer, Sheikh Farid, a Sufi Muslim saint, Ravidas, a Hindu leather worker from the so-called lowest castes. This expanded inclusivity, drawing from such varied life experiences, powerfully reiterates that core Sikh belief. Divine truth belongs to all humanity, not just one religion, not one exclusive group. It's a message that the divine speaks through many, many voices.
Now, this next detail, this is what truly makes the Guru Granth Sahib stand out from, well, almost any other holy text in the world, I think. Sikhs don't see it as just a sacred book to be read or studied.
This is the critical distinction, the defining feature, really. It is treated as a living guru.
A living guru.
Yes. Which means it's not just a revered text you reference, it's a dynamic, present spiritual presence, a wise teacher whose counsel you seek. It's placed on a throne-like platform, often under a canopy, treated with profound respect, dignity. And it's constantly consulted for guidance in all aspects of life. Personal dilemmas, big community decisions. It's why you'll often find Sikhs making decisions not just through prayer, but by opening the Guru Granth Sahib at random for a hukam.
A hukam.
Yeah, like a divine command or guidance for the day, trusting it as direct living counsel.
Wow. Imagine treating a book with that level of respect. Reverence. As a living, breathing guide. It's an incredibly powerful concept. It must completely transform how one interacts with Scripture, personalizes the spiritual journey so uniquely.
Exactly. This practice really encourages a continuous, deeply personal, intimate engagement with the text. It fosters a relationship with divine wisdom that is, I think, unparalleled. It encourages daily reflection, daily application, not just occasional study or memorizing lines. It's a profound commitment to actually living by its word.
So bringing it all together, why does the Guru Granth Sahib truly matter today? In a world that often feels fractured, overwhelmed by noise, increasingly polarized, what does its message offer to you, our listener?
Well, in a world still deeply divided by conflict, by persistent inequality, by the rampant ego driving so much, its message is crystal clear and profoundly needed. There is one humanity, united by one creator. It's a foundational principle that urgently calls on us to look beyond the superficial differences, recognize our shared essence.
Yeah, it really makes you think, doesn't it? How these ancient teachings can still speak so powerfully to our present-day challenges. It's almost as if the gurus foresaw the struggles we'd still be grappling with centuries later.
And it offers a timeless, practical antidote. It calls on us to rise above those divisions, to actively remember the divine in every single moment, and to dedicate our lives to compassion, to justice, for all. These aren't just lofty ideals, they're actionable directives for creating a more harmonious, equitable, peaceful world, starting with our own internal shifts.
And this isn't just for a select few, is it? Or followers of one particular faith. The relevance feels deeply personal, universal. How do these teachings offer guidance for navigating your world right here, right now, wherever you happen to be?
Yeah, and that raises an important question for you listening right now. How might actively embracing principles like, say, selfless service, or the rejection of ego, Haumai, or that constant remembrance of divine unity, how might that shift your perspective on your own life, your community? Could applying these ancient yet profoundly practical ideas actually change your daily interactions, your sense of purpose, your approach to the challenges you face?
The Guru Granth Sahib, as we've explored today, really isn't confined to Sikhs alone. It stands as a universal scripture. For anyone seeking truth, inner peace may be a blueprint for a meaningful life. Its core message profoundly reminds us that the divine, it's not some distant entity, hidden away somewhere. It's intimately within us, waiting to be realized. So, as you go about your day, maybe ponder this thought. In what small, tangible way might you begin to cultivate that remembrance of the divine within? And maybe embark on living a more truthful, more compassionate life, starting today. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep questioning.